The British Foreign Secretary William Hague there spelling out in a statement, and a couple of questions there as well, the British response to the situation in Libya so far, pointing out first and foremost that, as he said time and time again, it is not over yet. A lot more hard work remains to be done, but he did add that the Gaddafi regime was over. So a recognition that there are still areas where fighting continues and much must be done. He also pointed out, interestingly, that 14 nations since Monday have now agreed to recognise the National Transitional Council. The Arab League in the last hour or two has also decided to recognise Libya. And he raised the issue of South Africa, which has been very resistant to the unfreezing of any assets at this stage, still not recognising the NTC, but did say that $500 million was now going to be released for humanitarian relief. Well, we can speak to Paul Wood, who is with rebels in Ras Lanuf. Now, that's not so very far now from Colonel Gaddafi's hometown of Sirte. And Paul, I guess some of the Foreign Secretary's remarks are sort of directed very much in your way. What is the situation as far as moving in on Sirte?
Well, we're now west of Ras Lanuf, and a little bit further up the road, the rebels tell us that the Gaddafi loyalists still have the town of Ben Jawad, and they believe there is quite a large force up the road ahead of them, 1,500, maybe 2,000 men, according to the rebels. About 8 or 9 miles away from us, they are now fighting artillery and rocket duels with the Gaddafi forces. We were up there last night to watch them firing those rockets, and it is still going on this morning. They believe that they have the momentum to push through, but at the moment we're at one of their rear positions, and it seems deadlocked this morning.
And presumably, Paul, this is going to take time, isn't it? We're talking days at least.
I would think days at least. One of the other interesting things that's happening is that we're listening to local radio here, and people are calling from Sirte to make claims that the Gaddafi forces inside, and it's apparently the Hamis Brigade, one of the most effective and feared of Colonel Gaddafi's military units. The claim is that they have been executing prisoners. 2 separate callers rang in to say that 150 had been killed, rebels captured over the past couple of months, and that there was now several mass grave sites in Sirte. None of that is, of course, confirmed. It is the purest speculation as far as we can see. But it is believed by the rebels here. One of the rebels asked one of my colleagues, "Can you look for my brother? I believe he's in a mass grave." All of that is going to make any kind of peaceful resolution to this, any kind of negotiated compromise, very difficult.
Thank you. We'll have to leave it there. We're coming to the end of this programme. We've got GMT coming up for you in just a moment, but very disturbing reports coming there from Paul Wood. You're watching BBC World News.
Welcome to BBC News. I'm Lise Toussaint at the main compound in Tripoli. Rebels are now moving on Colonel Gaddafi's hometown in Sirte, and there's fighting also close to Tripoli today. In the capital, concern as medical supplies are said to run low. And the rebels' National Transitional Council make an urgent appeal for funds, calling on the billions in frozen assets to be released.